What's up out there? I have been trying to make a video all week, but I end up getting sucked into playing, and then next thing you know, it's time to go to bed, and I haven't made a video. So here we are. I streamed last Saturday night and had a pretty good stream. Learned a few things, which we'll cover here in a second. But like I said, I've been trying to make a video all week, but I've been working on mapping, and where I am actually right now, you can see all the stuff that I got filled in. The only thing I've got a whole bunch of these done, the red maps, I've got a bunch of them done, but I need to get the corrupted rare version completed. And I've even done some tier 16s. So we are good to go here. I had to quit working on this because I started figuring out that my XP was changing quite a bit. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. I'm looking at that and I'm like, it would be over here, maybe a couple of notches in, and then they'd be over here halfway through. Then it'd be back to blank again. And I kept noticing it changing. I couldn't figure out what was going on. And then I looked it up. Yeah, there's a death penalty in this game. So you lose like 10% of your XP when you die. I guess I wasn't paying attention to that close enough. I saw it moving, but I wasn't really catching on to what happened. And it's been a long time since I've played a game with a death penalty, or a death penalty that I've noticed. So when I started getting into, let's see my keyboard here. When I started getting into these red maps, some of them I was getting through, but I would die once or twice as I got through it. And then I would go and get some more XP and then die once or twice. And next thing you know, I'd have no XP for the next level. So I've had to dial things back quite a bit. And I'm working basically in white maps or early yellows, trying to stay fairly simple. I ended up dying in one of those and knocking back a little bit today too. I got into some vol area that was just way OP. I just didn't even finish it because I got killed in there, and I'm like, dude, I'm tired of dying. I want to hit level 90. Where I am currently is level 89, and I've been stuck at level 89 since this whole red map thing because I haven't been surviving enough to build up enough XP to level up. So that is my goal right now, is to hit level 90 and get that done. Otherwise, Righteous Fire is doing very well. Now, what I learned on stream last week was that sometimes I would go into a level and I would just start dying. And I think the reason for that was because I didn't have enough excess percent of resistance built up. As I understand it, you have the 75% that you're supposed to maintain. Then the number in the parentheses is how much extra resistance you have. So if you take a hit to your overall resistance, it hits that buffer first. And if that buffer is not big enough, you dip into the 75% part. So say I had 80% over here and I took a 25% negative, I would actually be less than where I should be. Something like that. My math is not great, so don't grade me on that. But something along those lines is that you actually drop below it. So one of the things that I did to fix that was put this flask on, which has 26% additional elemental resistances during effect. It's also got increased movement speed, but this thing kicks off when charges reach full. So whenever this thing reaches full, it kicks off, and then I've got it for however long this thing is active for. And I bumped up the quality on it. That's another thing. I started doing quality on some of these. I think I did Righteous Fire. Well, you can see it right there. Quality is 20%. I ran out of the currency for it. I used all these up to get this Righteous Fire up to 20%. I started noticing, I guess I want this open for a minute. I started noticing that I needed to quality up everything that I have. Another thing that, or the reason for that, is because when you add quality to something, it does more damage. All of the different effects get raised. So I made everything 20% quality, probably a waste of currency in here. Now this one, I just got this thing, so I probably need to bump that up a little bit. I don't think we can do that from here. So if we go down here, oh, weapon. I thought I clicked on the armors one. So we're gonna have to use a few of these, I guess. That's not armor. Oh, this thing's considered like a ring or something, isn't it? I don't know. I'll deal with that later. But anyway, I wanted to get all this stuff up to the highest quality that I could so that I was getting the best defense, offense, whatever all it was going to give me. So I guess I need to do that to these two. I haven't done that yet. But anyway, I did all that, made sure that those are high enough, and it's small amounts, but it's enough. And otherwise, yeah, this is going well. Like I said, I die a little bit too much. One thing that I found, somebody was complaining last time I was getting yelled at because I wasn't doing enough flammability. One of the things that I was running into is in the actual usage of all these different skills. Like, you have to figure out the combination of the way everything needs to come together. And so, like, I would be doing the shield charge, and then I'd be spamming flammability. But flammability does not kick off while you are in the shield charge. So sometimes, and I don't know how to recreate it, but sometimes I'll do a shield charge that goes very slow. It'll go halfway across the screen, but it goes very slow. And sometimes I'll get in that, and you can't do flammability while that's going in that mode. So I think one of the problems that I was running into is I'd be in a shield charge, like now I'll shield charge and spam flammability. It won't kick that flammability in until I end the shield charge. So I think that's where I was running into some of my issues, or at least that's what I thought last week. And I think I was running into some lag issues. So I went ahead and changed back to this lockstep auto, whatever this is. I was at predictive, I think. So I switched my networking mode back to lockstep, or just automatic. And I think it's in lockstep. Oh, there's auto, lockstep, and predictive. So rather than putting it into a specific one, I put it in automatic to see if it goes. And it feels better. Like, I felt there was some desync or something going on. Like, stuff just didn't feel quite right with predictive. So I ended up turning it on auto, and it seems to be doing fine. I haven't really been complaining. I don't know what it started at, to be honest. I don't know if it was auto or not, but whatever. So we're cruising along on the mapping. I've done a bunch of Delve stuff. I ran into some really cool stuff in Delve. And I've got, let's see, we're mapping up into here. I did a few heists. I reorganized this stuff in here to put all these different things in. I don't know what this relic locker is. I haven't got it. Maybe it's some higher end stuff, but I noticed it where you could drop it with the rest of this stuff. So I went ahead and put all these out just so I could grab into them and get to them here. And I bought some microtransactions. They've had this sale this week, so I bought all these nifty little explosions, and I got the nice little righteous fire symbol and all that stuff. So I've bought a few extra things here and there. I haven't spent any more money. It's just all this money I've already spent. I have the gold coin just sitting there. So yeah, the wallet doesn't hurt right now because I've already spent the money. But yeah, so I've been doing fairly well, and I'm having a good time. I've been running a lot of the map stuff. Keurig missions are a little slow coming. I've been trying to get more of the sulfite stuff for Nico, but I don't seem to be getting those as much anymore. And then I started running the temple stuff a little bit more for incursions, I should say. Now, on the incursion side, I actually got the temple fully built today. This morning, I could go in and just do the whole temple. I tied all the rooms together, maybe not every opening, but I tied it all together where I could go visit every single room and get up into the very peak of it and kill the boss. So I did that. That was really cool. So I'm working on the next round of that going on here. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I don't think I've made any gear changes. I did just get a new belt that I'm trying out. And that, yeah, like I said, that's kind of where we're at with the whole thing. So that is where I am right now. What I'm considering is, and I should mention, I've started doing some boss stuff, and I'm at Maven Progress 2 of 5. So I got the first 4 down. I think you got to beat 4 bosses with something. And I looked earlier, it was defeat tier 8 plus. So I defeated that, and then there's a big boss fight. Then there's what I'm on now is the tier 10 plus, but I'm so concerned with losing all my XP that I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to chill on that for a minute and come back to Maven here in a little bit. I think I did something with the Searing Exarch, and I should have wrote down what the boss was, but I got some green item that came, and you had to put it into the map thing here and activate it. And then it would open up a portal to like a big disc area. I wished I wrote this down because I did it, and it was just kind of, I got killed, I got my ass kicked, and I didn't get time to write it down, or I didn't take the time to write it down. But there was some fight there that was some chick that had it was like a big disc and the room's cut in half, and one half was like cold and one half was hot. I didn't quite catch on at first, but if you stand, it looks like if you stand on one half, it does more damage of a type or whatever. And she would cast some kind of space stuff where it was throwing like snowballs or whatever at you. And I ended up dying because you get 6 tries for it. So I ended up dying all 6 times. So I clicked the map, activated this thing, and then got that green map thing again and tried it 6 more times. The second time around, I figured out, where you were standing was a debuff or a buff or I guess 2 different debuffs depending on what you were doing. And I started figuring out the mechanics of it a little bit. I still died and I didn't get it progressed at all, but I did fight that fight. It was cool, whatever it was, and I'm looking forward to doing some more of it. So I did get a little bit of that, and then I unlocked whatever the Eater of Worlds part is. I have not done anything for this one at all, so I don't know what it is, and I've just started progressing the Maven stuff. So a little bit of progress there, which does bring me around to bossing, and I'm not sure how much Righteous Fire is going to hold up to the bossing aspect of it, or if it's just going to be me dying a lot. So if you guys have any ideas for what build would be good, I'm all ears. I've started looking around. There's like Hex Blast and some other stuff. Maybe the Bone Shatter Juggernaut, maybe. I'm not sure. I was looking at, what is it? Maybe PoE Ninja. Somewhere I saw one that had some suggested bossing ones. So if there's a good one that seems okay to use, let me know and I'll take a look at it, because I'm looking for that. But I do want to try this a little bit more before I give up on it. I haven't really started the bossing, so I don't know, but I know the red maps are getting really hard. And depending on the boss you fight, sometimes it's really hard. And there's been a few now that I think about it, have I had to actually quit a boss fight? I think most of the times that I quit, I end up leaving something that I can't just do any damage to at all, like some monster in the map, or I end up in a Val area that just kicks my ass and I can't finish. So I don't think I've ran into boss issues. I may have died a few times, but I don't think I've not finished a boss area. Now, I haven't done any of the corrupted red maps, or many of them, so that might be an issue. The other thing I would point out is I have been doing the Pantheon stuff. So I did get this one upgraded a little bit, the Brine King, but I haven't switched over to it yet. I need to get the other couple, and I can't remember why I stopped doing that. But I did get the Solar Ralakesh one done, which gives you the Corrupted Blood cannot be inflicted if you have at least 5 Corrupted Blood debuffs on you. So I've got that. That was supposed to help out with the Corrupted Blood. And I still have this flask here, which grants immunity to bleeding and corrupted blood. So that's supposed to help out a little bit there. And for those who don't know, if you've not had to upgrade the Pantheon stuff yet, if you look at this, there's one that's blue and then there's some that are white. Like this one's all blue because I captured the Hollow Lady. You have to go into a map with, what is it, under fragments? You have to take this Divine Vessel and stick it in the map device when you run a map, and it will actually capture that boss. Now, the way you know the bosses is based on that little symbol right there, if you can see it, this little thing here. The Waterways map has one right above it. The Cold River map has one right above it. It's a little tower with a nipple or pointy thing on it or whatever. So you basically put that Divine Vessel into the mapping device with a map on one of these nodes, run it, and then you collect the map. When you're done, you come out of the map, you teleport back into here, you log into the map device, you pick that up, put it in your inventory, go back to Sin in the campaign section there, and then turn it into him, and he'll give you the next bit of this. Probably very poorly explaining that, but that's how you upgrade these things here. If there's something white on here, like the Capture Gorillas, I have not done yet. So to get that, you take the Divine Vessel, put it in, run the map, come back, give it to Sin, and then you go on your way. Now, I've only had about 4 or 5 of those, probably 4, because I think I've ran 3 of them, and I think that's where we're at. So I've ran 1, 2, and there should be another one on here. I'm not sure which one it was. I think this one here. I just did one to test it because I wasn't sure how to get it done. So I just grabbed one and threw it in there. And I think I did a low level one to get the first one done. And I haven't really been getting any of those Divine Vessels, so we're kind of at the point of it. But that is where we are. And I'm pretty pleased with my progress. Like I said, every time I sit down to make a video, I don't sit down to make the video. I sit down to play, and then, you know, I think, well, I'll get a video done at some point, and then I get sucked into playing and I don't end up doing the video. So I'm doing the video now before I start playing some more. But things are going well. Let me know below if you have a build to suggest or something that I could try for bossing and stuff like that. I'm going to see how Righteous Fire goes. And I'm off on vacation this week, so I should be streaming a little bit. I hope so. I plan to. I'm not sure exactly when, but I should be streaming at some point this week. But that will do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.